and the people.
Hi guys,
Protocol 20,
how you doing?
Financial program.
I figured I'd let you guys listen to something that is very good. Very good. You gotta listen to this. This is the key. By understanding what they're doing. We play this video over and over and over again. It's on YouTube. It's called The Audio Book of the Protocols of Learned Elders of Zion. Go to the complete edition on YouTube. They got several videos on this. It's very, very good. If you haven't learned and understand what exactly that they're trying to do to you, this is the key. This is one of the keys. So, please go to it and listen. I'm going to play a little bit of it.
And sacrifice the well-being of others for their own benefit. Where do people get their guidance?
If you want to understand control and power, manipulation, and how we're being ruled and governed and taking our freedoms away, this is very good.
Then, as society developed, humans developed laws to follow, but these laws were based on those same natural instincts. So the only valid law is the, quote, law of nature, end quote, also known as the use of force. Freedom is only an ideal. Nobody really has it. But if you want to win an election, it's good to preach the ideals of freedom, even if you plan to deprive your voters of it. If your opponent believes in the concept of freedom, like as a libertarian, Ron Paul, use that against him. Because if he foolishly believes in freedom, he won't be willing to use the underhanded tactics that you do. He will play fair while you play dirty. Any government that is based on freedom loses control over its people. This is a terrible thing, because remember, that people are basically bad, and the only way to guide them is by use of force. If a government is guided by freedom, the people will become weak. We can take advantage of that weakness to overpower them and install a new government. Gold. There was a time when religion was the guiding force of mankind, but now money is more important than religion. Money, especially gold, is the new guiding force because it gives power and freedom to the common people. But that freedom is bad because they'll always want more and don't know how to use it. We cannot allow that. Self-governance can be given to the masses, but only long enough for them to form a disorganized mob. At that point, we should intervene to create strife and racial hatred between their different classes and races, 1%er against the 99%ers. This will cause them to fight and kill each other, hopefully starting a civil war. Once a nation is engaged in civil war, it will either destroy itself or be weakened to the point where it can be taken over by another foreign power. In either case, our job will be done, as they will no longer be a threat to us. If that nation ends up in bankruptcy, we'll offer to loan them some of our money. They'll have no option but
loan them some of our money.
If anyone claims that the above is immoral, let me ask them this. Suppose a nation has two enemies, an external enemy, which is a neighboring nation, and an internal enemy, represented by political rivals, who might try to overthrow the nation from within. Well, if it is acceptable to destroy the other nation without any regard to morals, then why should it not also be acceptable to destroy the internal enemy? After all, it's the more dangerous of the two, and the more likely to succeed in destroying the society. Who in their right mind could expect to govern the people by the use of reasoned debate? Because those people who are really quite stupid when compared to you, the Jews, could then counter your arguments with their own silly arguments, and then you'd have to keep debating them. You'd get nowhere. The people who make up society, the voters, are lame-brained numbskulls who never achieve anything. Useless eaters. They spend their time following astrology charts and football. They obviously cannot think logically. In fact, the only time that they agree on anything is when we trick the majority of them into believing something. So, they may as well just let us do our job of ruling them. Otherwise, the whole nation will erupt into anarchy. Politics has nothing to do with morals. Anyone who tries to govern according to morals is a moron and unsuitable for office. A true politician must resort to cunning and lies if he expects to get anywhere. Great qualities such as honesty and integrity are a burden for any ruler. Anyone in politics who decides to start behaving like this, their career will be over long before they know it. Most goyim believe that their ruler should have these qualities, but of course, we Jews know better. Might is right. There is a commonly held belief that all people are born with rights, meaning that they should be allowed to do or have certain things in life, regardless of who they are. But there is no way of proving this. What is ours invisibly? Then, when it has gained enough strength, we can unleash it, and it will be unstoppable because no one will be prepared for it. We need to do a lot of evil things in order to gain power, but that's okay. Because once we have power over everything, then we can use it for good things, like running the nations properly and efficiently. We could never do that if we gave people the freedoms that they believe that they should have. The end justifies the means. So let's put aside moral issues and focus on the end result. We have a good long-range plan here, and we cannot afford to deviate from it. Otherwise, all of our work over the centuries will have been for nothing.
I told you, they plan this shit.
In order to plan our actions effectively, we must take into account that the common people are an incoherent mob of blubbering idiots who can't even look after themselves. These people are blind, senseless, and have no ability to reason. In fact, they'll get suckered in by anyone. While the majority of them are total nincompoops that would follow one another over a clifftop, as they have no leadership skills, occasionally one might emerge who appears to have some degree of intelligence. However, even these people do not understand how to lead, and if you let them, they would bring an entire nation to ruin. Only someone trained from childhood to serve as a leader can truly understand politics. People left to look after themselves will be brought to ruin. That's because their leaders who emerge from amongst them are only interested in power and glory. Is it possible for these people to put aside their self-interest and manage the affairs of nations? Like, can they defend themselves from an external enemy? No way, we say. When a project of that scale is divided up among the most dim-witted members of that society, it becomes unintelligible to them. We are despots. Only a despotic ruler can effectively carry out large operations and distribute all the necessary resources to the various departments so that important plans can be executed. From this, we conclude that the most effective government is one that concentrates all of its power into the hands of a single responsible person. Without absolute despotism, there is no way to guide the masses and civilization will collapse. They are savage barbarians and behave like that at every opportunity given to them. The moment the people gain freedom, it quickly turns into anarchy, which is just simple savagery. Notice that when people are given freedoms, they use it to drink themselves senseless and behave like animals. We ourselves should avoid behaving like that. Goyim are always drinking alcohol or thinking about doing so. We caused this to happen by using our many agents to promote it as part of their culture. It increased immorality and makes their youth stupid and pliable. We have agents placed everywhere, occupying many positions throughout society, such as tutors, lackeys, governesses in the houses of the wealthy, by clerks and others. We also have a lot of women agents acting as prostitutes who assist in the corruption process. Our modus operandi is simple. Force and make believe. Only force gives you power, especially in the hands of a smooth talker. Violence and deception must be the rule of any politician who wants to remain in power. This may be considered evil, but please remember, evil is justified when it is used to achieve good. Therefore, We must not stop at bribery, deceit, and treachery if they can help us attain our end goal. In politics, we must know how to seize the property of others without hesitation.
Okay, that's enough. So I encourage you to take this time to go and listen to this video. Listen to it all. It's like 3 hours long, so we got to spend time and listen to it. Listen to everything. It's very important. It's the audio book of the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. It's a complete edition. It's on YouTube. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.